I'm Thomas McIntyre Schultz. I work in corporate communications at Volvo Car USA, and we're here at the Recharge Garage concept. So this is the new Volvo C40 Recharge. This is our first electric-only car. There are no hybrid or gas engine versions of this car. This is an extension of the CMA platform and uses an all-electric powertrain with 402 horsepower and 486 pound-feet of torque. It's a really design-oriented car. It's something people have an emotional reaction to, and it's sort of a passion project of the Volvo design team. It all started with the silhouette of the car and that smooth arc of the roofline. This car we have here is finished in Fjord Blue, which is a new color for this car, and it also has a matching Fjord Blue carpet on the interior that's made from 100% recycled materials. This car also uses a lot more recycled materials in the interior because it's the first Volvo with a completely leather-free interior, so nothing you touch on the interior is leather. This is obviously what we drove today. Yesterday, you also got the opportunity to drive the all-new XC60 Recharge T8 extended range. So what that is a new version of our plug-in hybrid SUV that has a larger battery and a larger electric motor to give you more electric range and more power and just an overall improvement in drivability. So that car has 35 miles of all electric range, and then obviously you can fuel it with gasoline for anything else you need to do. But it's really something we see as an important stepping stone in the journey towards full electrification. Like I said, with a full electric car, there's sort of some psychological barriers. People can't necessarily imagine using only electric. And with these new extended range T8 hybrid plug-in hybrids that have 35 to 41 miles of electric range, we think a lot of people are going to really experience what it's like to be driving all electric all the time. And then, they might consider a full EV for their next car or their second car and kind of make that journey along with us to full electrification. This is something that we built out with our partners at Garage Living to showcase the benefits and opportunities that come with home charging. Here in this space, we've basically modified this garage to install 3 home chargers, 2 here in the garage, 1 in the carport over there. And there was a reason we did this, and that was sort of to bring to life what having an EV would be like for a typical driver that has a garage. So a lot of people find that there's sort of a psychological barrier to going into a full electric vehicle, and they sort of hear things like charging on a public fast charger takes 40 minutes, and they think, oh boy, that's a lot longer than I would typically spend on fueling my car with gas. But when you have home charging, the amount of times you're going to be doing that is really, really reduced. You're almost never using a public charger unless you're going on a really long trip. So your actual total time fueling in public is greatly reduced when you have an EV with home charging. The other reason we did this and why we're here in Palm Springs is we wanted to talk about the importance of where the energy comes from that you're using to power your EV. So we're here in the Coachella Valley that derives most of its power from wind and solar energy, totally renewable sources. And we also have solar panels on the roof of this house as well. We did this because we've done a life cycle carbon assessment on this C40 and compared it to an XC40 T5, a traditional ICE engine car. It is more carbon intensive to build because of the raw materials and the size of the battery. And basically there's a break-even point at which you start to become cleaner than the gas engine car. So when you're on the global electricity mix, it takes until about 78,000 miles in order to, then everything beyond that in an EV, you're much, much cleaner than an ICE engine car. But when you're here, somewhere with, renewable energy sources, you can actually do that at 33,000 miles. So it really is important not only to transition our fleet of cars from gasoline to electric, but also transition our energy grid to renewable sources so that we can have, a true clean energy future. So here in this garage, we have 3 level 2 chargers. These are Volvo ChargePoint chargers. They plug into a 220 volt outlet. And with these chargers, if you pull in here with 0% battery left, you'll easily charge overnight in about 8 hours back to 100%. So this is one of the solutions we offer for home charging. And then we're also exploring what we can do with public charging, which is why today we announced our partnership with Starbucks to install DC fast chargers at Starbucks along a route from Seattle to Denver. The reason we did that is, we think it's really important to have public chargers in a place that you actually want to spend time. Obviously Starbucks is a very nice place to spend a little time while your car charges. And we also had identified that as a corridor that was really lacking in sort of electric charging capability. So we're now working with Starbucks to install those chargers, and when they are done, they'll be installed in about intervals of every 100 miles. So anyone making that trip will have access to that charging, and people who live in the local area will have access as well. Finally, we're just talking also about the opportunities that come with investing in home charging. So when you invest in home charging, a lot of people then think, okay, well, what else can I do with the garage? And that's why we partnered with Garage Living here to build out this space and showcase, what you can do with a garage when you put a little bit of investment into it and you have an EV that's not spewing any emissions into the garage. You can use it as this, huge extra space in your home, another work from home space, a home theater, a workout area, really endless and tons of options. So now that we've had a chance to explore the Recharge Garage concept and we've charged up our C40, we're ready to head back into Palm Springs and explore the mid-century architecture that the city is famous for.